Welcome back to...
1 second.
I want to do the introduction.
Well, yes, you can do the introduction. I just wanted to sit down first.
Welcome back to Late Night Reviews. Tonight...
Midnight Showings.
Midnight Showings.
He's never going to get that right.
I'm probably not. Tonight we're going to do something we haven't done, and I hope we get to do again. A double feature.
At the Megaplex.
Tonight we just got back from the Boxtrolls. The reason we're not doing it in our car, like the other ones, is because he left the camera sitting on the counter.
I am sorry.
So
I needed my mug.
So our next movie we're going to see is This Is Where I Leave You, a comedy starring Justin Bateman, which starts at 10:20. So we're going to have to cut this short.
Well, we don't have to cut it too short. It's still going to be longer than most people will watch.
Hopefully a friend of mine is going to join us. I just shot him a quick text. Anyway,
wait until his Kim Possible ringtone goes off.
Wow. No, my ringtone is the bubble tone that comes with the phone. I would have done it on the Pirates theme, but then I get it mixed up. Anyway.
Alright, before we start talking about the movie, we just wanted to make a quick shout out to the trailers. Trailers. More specifically, one in particular. Involving Antonio Banderas.
First of all, we came in about a couple minutes late. Thank God we missed these stupid little St. George trailers that they always put in.
Here's a quick challenge for you. I don't give a shit.
It's stupid. It involves getting a car loan or whatever.
A title loan where you lose your car.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then there's the other one with Family Pawn, which is a little pawn shop down here.
It's not worth it. It's
dumb.
So dumb.
Nice fish. If you live in the St. George area, you'll know. Anyway, so we came in at the tail end of the trailer for the new movie Paddington from the producer of Harry Potter. As if I like the Harry Potter movies, but this is like one of those movies coming out during the Christmas holiday that the Jewish families go to see because nothing else.
I think the last time they did that, they got burned pretty bad with Hate Crazy Nights. I'm not gonna lie.
And of course, he claims it's Antonio Banderas. We're getting a second live-action, semi-live-action SpongeBob movie.
It is a totally Antonio Banderas. My God, it is him with the worst pirate beard I've ever seen.
It starts with a pirate looking for a hidden treasure that basically says he can control the world. Almost like a reject Pirates of the Caribbean storyline.
That's not gonna stay. That's gonna spill.
So he says.
Oh, they milk the Pirates of the Caribbean reference in this trailer.
He says that, and then it claims that the only place you can find it is in Bikini Bottom itself.
Because
where
it's the stupid Krabby Patty recipe
tucked away in Mr. Krabs' vault, and so the pirates steal it, and they come up to the surface, and it's gonna be a 3D movie, and of course they're gonna milk all the 3D effects, and they all look like little cartoon characters crossing over into our world. They might as well have gone the Fat Albert route and had them popping out of the TV.
They should have. They should have.
And then they find the magic book that led the pirate to get the special power, the Krabby Patty recipe.
And they turn into superheroes.
They turn into lame superheroes. SpongeBob has the muscular physique and has the little bubble wand on his head. Anything that passes through it starts floating in a bubble, and it has this thing where the pirate is shooting like cannonballs on them, at them, and the cannonball magically passes right through his little bubble wand and just floats.
Floats in a little bubble.
Mr. Krabs turns into Robo Krabs.
Patrick in the ice cream store. He can summon ice cream in his world. Man. He's like summoning this big old storm like it's gonna hit.
We don't really know. We don't really know what Plankton does. He's a part of this apparently as a good guy, but he has a huge muscular physique and his head.
What are you talking about? He's not a good guy. He's gonna get the Krabby Patty formula that the pirate obviously stole.
His head.
That's the whole movie for you.
Is still super tiny. Anyway, going on to the movie, the Boxtrolls is made by the same people who made Pirates Band of Misfits, along with the Wallace and Gromit film.
This movie was fucked up.
It was I'm amazed.
So
I'm gonna assume it was PG.
It wasn't PG.
It wasn't PG-13, but it pushed it. Anyway, it's about this island town city.
I don't think we have time for a synopsis. Let's just go into the good.
British people who are plagued by these box trolls, and they hire the mayor, whatever you want to call him, who's obsessed with fucking cheese. Yeah. Don't ask me why.
Cheese.
This is going to be a fast one. I should analyze this more, but we don't have time because...
It's typical... Yes, it is my fault. Keep pointing at me. I get it. Yes. But no, it's typical the rich don't understand crap. There's a lot of really, really socialist
there's this
propaganda.
There's this weird running joke. There's this weird running joke involving cheese. The mayor's daughter is probably the most fucked up part of this movie.
Oh my god!
Because she hears legends and reads the stories about the box trolls, and
I've seen freaking
when
she's that were
they say
less messed up than this.
They keep
Japanese
saying that
pornos were less messed up than this.
They keep saying that the box trolls are weird little creatures that come out in the night and steal babies and eat them. And their lair has like river of blood and piles of bones everywhere. And she finally discovers where the box trolls live because in the beginning of the story you hear that the box trolls take like a human baby and you think they're going to be little monsters, but if you're a semi-conscious adult, they're not. They're just weird little misunderstood creatures.
She gets down in the lair and starts freaking out.
Like, where's the river of blood? Where's the mountain of bones?
Where's all the baby bones that I was promised? I think the best line out of that though is still got to be the if you could have eaten me, make it quick. I probably taste delicious.
Oh my gosh. Box trolls adopt a human baby, which is revealed later that they saved it from the villain of the story. He was quite obviously the villain of the story.
He's the villain!
But you can clearly tell. He's played by Ben Kingsley.
When was the last time Ben Kingsley played a good guy other than Gandhi?
Because he's British and he's awesome. There was a car commercial with Loki, Ben Kingsley, and I can't remember else who. They're like, why do British villains drive fancy cars? Whatever, I can't remember what it is. But it's awesome just because it's them. Another actor, if you've ever watched the show The IT Crowd, which is on Netflix, I highly recommend doing it. The IT Crowd.
It's hilarious.
It's a British comedy. One of the actors, if you've also seen the movie The Watch, which I've never seen and really don't recommend, I want to see it at least once. Just for this actor, is the guy who played Maurice Moss in The IT Crowd. Plays one of the henchmen of the villain.
And then he's joined by Nick Frost. And Simon Pegg. And they are honestly probably the best part of this show.
Who played the crazy little short guy? I can't remember.
That was Simon Pegg.
That wasn't Simon Pegg.
No, that was crap. What was his name? Simon Pegg played the father.
Simon Pegg was the crazy father. Anyway.
You can just call him the Steve Carell of this movie.
Ben Kingsley,
Steve Carell out of Anchorman.
Ben Kingsley plays the villain named Snatcher. I can't remember it's a very British name. And it's a very, very obvious he's the villain name. He was charged with capturing the box trolls and is promised a white hat, which is sort of this hierarchy thing in this town.
You have a white hat, you are a privileged person.
Yeah. Monocle, top hat. The white hats pretty much run the town, and then you have the red hats, which is Snatcher and his gang of goons. The two of them, Nick Frost and Moss, Something you don't see very often.
They actually have a change of heart.
Yeah, they keep going through this moral dilemma, which is hilarious to watch.
Are we the good guys? I'm not really sure. Well, of course we're the good guys. These are obviously the monsters. No, but we're the ones doing it. With a name like Snatchers, Exterminators. It doesn't make any sense. Why would... It seemed more like that we're the bad guys and not them.
That falls under the good, is the social...
We are the exterminators of justice!
This social commentary that's sort of hilarious.
It's hilarious, but it bugged me every time they put the freaking white hat guy on the freaking screen. He was just like...
Yeah, he's an idiot. He might as well be the mayor of Townsville.
Yes,
I wouldn't be surprised if they got the same guy. It would be funny if they got the same guy to voice him.
I'm still trying to figure out who Steve Blum voiced. Yes, his in the credits, his name pops up. I'm like, wait, what? Steve Blum?
He plays one of the Boxtrolls because it has the actor's name under the little cartoon of the character.
I really hope not, because that man deserves more than just going.
An interesting thing about the Boxtrolls is their names are what kind of box they're wearing. Like you have Fish, who wears a box they use to carry fish, and then you have Shoe, which is the little short one that Steve Blum voices, and he has a shoe box.
And then the character's named Eggs.
Yeah, then you have the human kid who the Boxtrolls adopted, named Eggs, because he wears an egg box. He wore it as a baby, and as he kind of grew out of it, but he kind of wore it for a good portion of the movie. And so yeah, that's an interesting little thing about the Boxtrolls that I liked.
Yeah, the Boxtrolls were pretty fun. They're very cute. There's nothing wrong with them. They are really fun to be around.
Yeah.
Although...
that old one who kept losing his teeth. Very nice. Yeah, again, I think very good animation.
The animation was amazing.
It was almost seamless between CGI and claymation.
I wasn't really sure what show they're doing, because they give you an end credit scene. You have to stay past the end animation, which is highly recommended. But they actually had a scene where the two henchmen turn good are sitting there just talking about it, and they're like, What if we were just in another world?
They're just sort of like moving naturally, like turning their heads, or sort of. It's like, look at this arm. That could have taken a day or whatever.
And then you start to see the actual animator in like a little ghost form as he's animating everything
and do this
on super speed
up thing, and oh my gosh!
I wasn't sure. Was that completely claymation? Because there were parts of it that I swear to God had to be CGI.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if this was 100% claymation, holy shit! I mean, this is the equivalent of what they did with the Lego movie.
Yeah.
And it just looks amazing.
When we got to this scene, Eggs takes the girl Winifred, who is the mayor's daughter.
Yeah.
Or Winifred takes Eggs to this.
Little Miss fucked up.
She takes Eggs to this party, this gala that her father is having to welcome Madame Frou Frou. God, we'll get into that later. And like celebrate this.
God, I can't even. You put her image back in my mind.
No.
Damn it.
Celebrate this fundraiser that they had. They wanted to make a children's hospital, but they spent it on a giant wheel of cheese.
Yes.
Which is stupid, and we get
social commentary.
And we get this party. Should I continue, or should we get into Madame Frou Frou now? Basically, Madame Frou Frou is this.
Okay, let's go into the bad here.
Is this like traveling gypsy or whatever that tells the story about the Boxtrolls? What we get really quickly is that she is Snatcher in disguise, in drag, and it's extremely disturbing.
There's several moments in this movie where it's questionable what the creator's intent was.
How?
And this is one of them. Cross-dressing bisexual adultery?
How
I don't know how the
how he fools anyone is my guess. But
And when the mayor actually, it turns into hilarious if you're an adult, but at the very end, it's also just disturbing. He finally realizes that Snatcher and Madame Frou-Frou are the same person, and the mayor guy, Winifred's dad, the person who you're following, has been having a crush on her, an active adulterous relationship. He's like, wait, why are you talking like Madame Frou-Frou? Oh, I regret so much of my life. And I'm just like saying, it's just, there's so many questionable things inside of this film. This was a really, how did this get greenlit in so many cases?
Dude, Coraline and Paranorman were kind of the same thing. They were still PG. They were still they still had, sure, they're based on like horror stories, so they're going to be a little morbid, and they did it beautifully. I loved it.
Yeah, but
this wasn't morbid.
This was more like
per se.
This was like perverted. This is like sexually perverted, and it's just like.
It blurs the line almost perfectly between what should be a kid's film and what should be more adult humor.
Well, let's talk about Little Miss Fucked Up right now. Yes, this girl is obsessed.
Oh my gosh.
With these stories to the point where she's reciting them in graphic detail about how they string up your little toes in a necklace and eat them one at a time and pick your fingernails off and chew you down to your bones and then use your bones to pick the skin out of your teeth, and you're just like, what the hell are you talking about?
The worst thing the Boxtrolls do is they eat bugs, not unlike Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty funny when she like shows up in there and they're like over horrifying him, and you just see the one that was obviously eating bugs before. He's got all these bugs in his face.
Centipede crawls up his face.
I mean, this had some really just questionable moments inside of this film. I'm not going to say that it was bad per se, because it was done intelligently enough that I don't think the kids are necessarily going to understand what they're getting at. And even if they did, I don't think they'd see a problem with it.
The kid behind us seemed to be enjoying it.
Yes, he was laughing the whole time. I will say that those of you who know what's going on,
he doesn't know how to feel about this. I like it. I recommend red boxing and watching with your kids at least once. Yeah. I would like to give a shout out to my brother, who I'm not going to give a name to. He liked Pirates Band of Misfits. He likes the IT crowd, so he's going to get a kick out of knowing that it's Moss. He likes Coraline. He likes all the claymation stuff. So shout out to my brother. He's gonna love it. I say, if you can't see it in theaters, Redbox it at least once, or watch it on Netflix.
I'm gonna say pre-screen first before showing to your kids. As much as part of me wants to say, this is great. It's got great animation. It's got great characters. It's got a very, very intelligent story, especially for a kid's film.
Yeah, going back to
the social commentary bugged me, but I can see how it was relatable at the very least.
Going back to the great animation, we get this scene at the party where Snatcher, Madame Frou-Frou, is like chasing this kid to shut him up. God, yeah, it's a little suggestive, but it's just great animation.
His dress, while going through other women's dresses.
It is great animation. It's like very seamless. And we get this other scene like earlier in the movie where the Boxtrolls are like being chased by the minions, and it's like a high flying like going through the city, and it's just it was seamless.
It's so seamless. As I said, there were those moments that you swear it had to be CGI, but if they really did do it all claymation, holy shit!
I would imagine how like it took at least 5 years to make this. It took 3 years alone to make Nightmare Before Christmas.
It had to have taken just as long, if not longer.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, as I said, great animation, great characters, and very intelligent story. The social commentary about the mayors who spend all their money on cheese rather than children's hospitals. Yeah, they're not subtle about that, and it bugged me to the point of, this is not how real people act. This is not how anybody X.
Well, I'm sure back in the day it was kind of like that. Sure, they exaggerated a lot of it.
Oh, it was horribly exaggerated.
Back then, I'm sure the mayor thought he could do whatever he wanted and abuse his power constantly.
They weren't even really abusing their power. They were ignoring it the whole movie.
Yeah.
Which kind of distorted the message. Again, it bugged me, but I can see how it was not horrible.
Alrighty, we got 20 minutes to get down to the theater again. Join us next time for This Is Where I Leave You, a comedy starring Jason Bateman.
And this one will actually be in the car.
Yes, hopefully it'll be longer too. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to Cardmaster9 or Cardmaster's Corner, whichever you see on your YouTube sidebar.
Yeah, I'm going to try to change the title name to match the actual review show that, if I can find usable clips, should be coming out soon.
If you know who we are and you know us on Facebook, watch for other reviews to come your way soon.
So,
See you in the next video.
see you all next time.
Bye-bye.